Hi, and welcome to Your United Way. I'm Monique Zuber, the Community Impact Director for the United Way here in Paducah, and we're excited to be here today to talk about our campaign. And I have two guests with us today, Betsy Burkeen, who is my coworker at the United Way, and Ashley Johnson, who is the Employee Campaign Coordinator at U.S. Bank. So thank you all for being here today.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just going to give you guys a moment, Betsy, to talk a little bit about what you do at the United Way and how long you've been with us, and then Ashley, if you'll share afterwards.
Yes, I started at the United Way in January as the Resource Development Manager, and that pretty much consists of, anywhere from primarily campaign, going into companies, running campaigns for the United Way, the financial side of things, but also, resource development can mean helping recruit volunteers on your side, or really just educating the public on what the United Way does.
And I have been at U.S. Bank for 10 years now and have actually been the Employee Campaign Coordinator since 2008. So but the campaign is not my full-time job. I'm actually on the commercial side of the bank. I'm the Treasury Management and Payments Consultant for our region, which is Western Kentucky and Southern Illinois.
All right. Well, I do want to share with everyone today just a little bit about our campaign. So, Betsy, I'm going to have you talk a little bit about the United Way side of campaigns and kind of the perspective from our end. So can you talk a little bit about how the United Way campaign this year may be different from years past?
Well, this year we really narrowed our focus concerning campaign down to three primary areas that the United Way is focused on, and that is education, income, and health. We've always been focused in those areas, but this year it's a lot more narrowed. There's a step to that allocation process as far as how we allocate funds to our partner agencies that's been added, and that's our content expert step. And what that means is that content experts get together and they really decide what are the barriers, and they research our local community, what are the barriers in education, income, and health, and what are the goals that we're going to set towards breaking down those barriers in our community. So it's a lot more focused, a lot more narrowed in on one area within education, income, and health.
So if someone gives to the United Way, they can be comfortable knowing that they're changing the aspects of education, income, and health in our community for the better.
Yes.
Well, can you talk about the different ways people can financially support the United Way?
Well, our primary source to support the United Way is through workplace campaigns. Payroll deduction is among the largest area in which donations come in. But of course, you can also pledge online or just send donations to the United Way. And then also keep in mind that any special events, fundraisers that the United Way holds, we have our 5K coming up on September 28th. It's the same weekend as Barbecue on the River. So you can run in the morning and then feel guilt-free when you're eating your barbecue sandwich that night. So that's going to be fun, but of course that's a huge fundraiser for the United Way. And then you can also participate in our elimination dinner that's coming up on October 18th. There's a chance to win the $5,000 grand prize, and that's a huge financial supporter for the United Way.
So you said the workplace campaign is the number one way that most people donate.
Yes.
And what does that look like? If you're working at an organization, what would that look like to give through payroll deduction?
Well, this year we are really focused on not just educating, first and foremost. Of course, we do want to educate on education, income, and health. That's what the United Way is all about. That's what we're focused on, and we want folks to know that. We also want them to know what their pledges are doing. For instance, if I walk into a company and I'm going to speak at a donor, a donating company that has given through payroll deduction, and say they have raised $3,000 through their payroll deduction because employees have given through their paychecks, I'm going to take that $3,000 and I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to let those folks know what that really means for the community. How many basic human needs did you meet by giving that $3,000? How many people were fed? How many families were not evicted from their homes because of that $3,000? How many kids were educated and mentored because of those dollars? How many working individuals received essential prescription drugs or medical services because of that $3,000? So we really want people to know you have contributed this, and this is what you have done with that money. But then also we want companies to use a campaign as a chance to motivate and educate and really bring their employees together. It's fun to work with your coworkers in a way that you're not used to working with them. It's fun to have fundraisers that can educate but also be fun. Ashley's here with U.S. Bank today, and they really run the Ideal campaign. So when she tells you a little bit about that, you'll get the picture-perfect idea of what a great campaign really can be.
Well, do you have to have a large number of employees to run a campaign?
No, you do not. In fact, the majority of our supporters are actually very small companies. So we also want to hit home on that this year. You don't have to be a large company, and you don't have to give a large amount. The majority of our donors actually give a small amount per paycheck. It may even be $1 or $2 per paycheck, but we can also give numbers at a presentation of what that $1 or $2 really means for our community, and it can mean a lot more than most would ever expect.
Well, when you say per paycheck, can you talk a little bit about what that looks like? If I'm an employee and my company's running a campaign, how do I get that money taken out of my paycheck every month? What does that look like?
It's very simple. After we present, we have our kickoff. Hopefully a company will run a campaign for a couple weeks or a couple months, and throughout that time period be having fundraisers, be educating on income, education, and health throughout that time. And then we have a wrap-up in which pledge forms that you just fill out what you would like to give per paycheck, $1, $2, and your name and your information are filled out. Those are sent to the payroll office and, of course, to the United Way, and then that process starts happening through your workplace.
So you don't even notice it's gone.
Exactly, exactly. It's $1, $2, whatever you've decided to give before taxes are taken out, before that paycheck's ever in your hand or in your bank account. So it's very simple process.
Well, what do you think might be some of the challenges that we have at the United Way regarding this year's campaign?
Well, of course, our community is facing some serious job loss. We've already faced a majority of that, and will continue to face some in the days ahead. So that is a huge challenge for us at the United Way, and a huge challenge for the community to really come together and not only support the United Way, but be there for those folks and offer services to the ones that have lost their jobs. But then also, the economy, times are tough, and it seems like things get a little bit more expensive every day, and so we just need to be aware of that, and if we're blessed and if we're fortunate, make sure that we're giving back.
That's right. Well, Ashley, I know that you spoke briefly earlier about how long you've been running the United Way campaign, but remind me, how long have you been doing that for
This
US
is
Bank?
actually my 7th year, and it really, when I sat down and looked at it, it really doesn't seem like it's been that long since I've been doing the campaign.
Well, since it's been 7 years, what keeps you motivated every year?
Like I said before, this is not my full-time job. I mean, I've got a full responsibility in addition to this, but each year I just keep going back to my belief in the United Way, and it seems every year I get more and more involved, with our campaign, and then also with the United Way through different committees. And I believe in the mission of the United Way even more. So that keeps me motivated. And then my coworkers obviously are amazing, and I'm humbled and impressed every year at their generosity. And we've been through, over the past 6 years, the economy, like Betsy said, the economy really has gotten tight. And, my employees, my coworkers continue to amaze me each year, and actually every year for the past 6 years, our gift per employee has actually increased. And it gets to a level where I think it's not going to be able to increase anymore, and then I'm always surprised and always humbled at the generosity. So for some employees, it may be the difference between, going with one less new outfit this year, and then some, it may be, really dipping into and making some sacrifices in their personal life. But they also believe in the mission of the United Way.
Right. Well, it sounds like as for the success that you've had, and as Betsy said, U.S. Bank always runs just the Ideal campaign. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do throughout your campaign, little things and big things, just kind of the details of that?
Well, we like to have fun. I think that everyone really looks forward to the United Way campaign because of the fun that we have. But our campaign lasts about 6 weeks. We have kickoff meetings where every employee is encouraged to attend. We really do have great attendance to those meetings. We invite someone from a partner agency to actually come and share some of their story and their experience, and that helps. And I would say the biggest impact on our local campaign is our management support. We've got lots of different business lines here in Paducah, McCracken County with U.S. Bank, and those managers across those different business lines all really believe in the mission of the United Way. They say so with their words, but they also back it up with their time and their financial resources as well.
Well, what do you see a difference in employee morale throughout your campaign?
I definitely do. You know, we do have a large number of employees here in this area, and you know, everybody's kind of encouraged to remain professional. And through the campaign, we really have had a lot of people that have kind of shared, you know, of some of the ways that they've personally benefited or their lives have been touched. So they really have kind of gone out on a limb and shared that with their coworkers. And it's great to hear from a partner agency. It definitely personalizes the needs in our community, but when it's one of your coworkers that's been impacted, that definitely knits us all together so much more, and everybody really is behind the campaign and the good that we're doing in the community.
Well, how would you say that being the campaign coordinator and volunteering for the United Way in other capacities, like you mentioned, how would you say that has affected you personally?
Gosh, I mean, Monique, I've become so much more aware of the need in the community. Paducah is it really is a pretty community. It's a safe community. It's a pleasant community. And, I think that you probably could go through your entire life as a resident of Paducah, McCracken County and not even be aware that some of these partner agencies even exist. There's partner agencies that really are public, and, that people are aware that they do exist, but there's a lot of needs that are also met through the partner agencies of the United Way that are very private. And are not publicized and are not talked about. And what I've been able to learn, through getting involved in the United Way and seeing those needs and hearing those needs and visiting those partner agencies, just really has made me much more aware of the needs in the community and believe in the good that the United Way is doing, and keeping Paducah, on the outside, is such a safe, pleasant place because they're serving so many needs.
Well, if there was one piece of advice that you might give to someone who's a new employee campaign coordinator, what advice would you give them?
I would definitely, try to educate about what the United Way does. People are asked to give of their resources over and over again, and really to educate on what's different about the United Way and the needs that are met through the United Way is a big piece of it. But to have fun. We do a lot of things throughout. We're always trying to think outside the box on how we can raise additional funds. U.S. Bank as a corporation is great with their support with the United Way. I said our local management is really behind it, but corporately, the organization is behind it as well, and our employees see that, so that support is important. But the fun that we have always is something that our employees really look forward to through the campaign each year.
Well, good deal. Well, Betsy, go ahead.
Ashley has just, let me just say this, Ashley has just taken, she is that ideal ECC for a campaign. I mean, she has just taken her responsibility as far as running that campaign to a whole new level. She's done videos of U.S. Bank employees capturing why each of them give. Things that we had never asked her to do, but she really did go above and beyond. And so I think her coworkers seeing the support and being educated by her has had huge influence on how well their campaign has done. So we just really appreciate Ashley and people like her that do that for the United Way campaign within the workplace.
And Betsy, if you would just share, if someone has questions, if they're a new employee campaign coordinator, where can they get information and details about running a good campaign?
Well, there is an entire campaign toolkit on our website at unitedwaypaducah.org. So please do go there and click on the campaign tab, and you will see an entire campaign toolkit of everything that you could possibly need within the campaign season. And of course, if it's not there, please do contact our office, and we will make sure to get that to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Ashley, for being here today. We're very appreciative of U.S. Bank. The employees that give and the corporate donations we are invaluable to the United Way. And thanks, Betsy, for joining me over here today at the United Way Show. And we will be right back in a few minutes to talk about the United Way 5K, which is another important way you can get involved with the United Way. And welcome back to Your United Way. Thanks for joining us for our second segment, and we have a new guest on our second segment to talk about the 5K today, and this is Amy Peel with Rehab Associates. And Amy, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, I am administrative assistant for Rehab Associates and Go Performance and Fitness. And through Rehab Associates, we have a nonprofit organization, and it's Rehab Associate Foundation. And our mission there is also to go out and promote community health and wellness. And we also serve on a lot of 5K committees and help, host 5K committees and different events in the area. And so that's why we're also here to help with the United Way 5K.
That's right, and you do help with so many races throughout our
Yes.
community, and this is actually the 19th year for the United Way 5K, the Barbecue on the River Run. What would you say is different about this 5K?
This 5K, like you said, with it being 19 years, it's a very well-established race. And one thing that makes it pretty unique is the course. The course is held downtown Paducah, and that's a different course for runners. A lot of our 5Ks in the area, we hold them at Noble Park. So bringing our course downtown to Paducah, it gives the runners a new kind of course, set a different kind of record, and that's important for runners. Just a new course to run. And also with the 5K, like we mentioned earlier in this segment, being associated with the Barbecue on the River Festival, it just makes it a neat weekend, to come down, run in the morning, and then just walk on down and get you a sandwich or visit the festival in the afternoon.
And if I'm a runner that's going to sign up for this specific 5K, what kind of run can I expect?
It's flat and fast. It is. It's we start downtown Paducah and we run down into Paducah. We circle around the Fountain Avenue and then head straight back down towards the river. So it's a very flat and fast run. You don't have to slow down to do a lot of little turnarounds. You're not looping. You're kind of straight out and back. So it's a great course. A lot of runners set PRs on this course.
Well, that's great. Well, I also want to point out that one of the United Way focus areas is health, which ties in great with our 5K. So can you tell us about how corporate teams can sign up and what that would look like?
Yes. We do have a corporate team division in this race, and we give awards to the top 5 teams, but it's a fun way to get people involved. When people come together on teams for competition, it just adds a whole new, fun to the event. It's we have, even over the years, you have certain groups that have won and they kind of compete against the previous winner, so it just adds a lot to it.
And we've talked a lot about the 5K, but we do also have the 1 mile fun run for the kids for this race, and there's nothing like seeing those kids line up and seeing them get excited about that. Can you talk about the 1 mile race and who can run it?
Right. Anybody ages 12 and under, they're eligible to run. So, we have people push babies in strollers, so anybody can sign their child up to run if they're ages 12 and under. And we do give them a medal for finishing. They also get a shirt, just like the adult shirt, they'll get a shirt. And then, just like the adults, we give them awards too. So we'll give awards for overall youth winners, and then we break it down into age categories for male and female, ages 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. They'll get an award. And one thing different, that we're doing this year is if an adult pre-registers, then they also can register a youth for free.
Oh, wow, that is a new great
It
option.
it is. And we're hoping to get out and promote this run in our school systems. Our organization works with running clubs in the school system, so we want to make sure we get this out there and let them know that this is, one of the races that they need to get involved with, and make sure it's on the kids' schedules.
Well, if people want to register, you mentioned registration. If they want to register now, how can they register for our 5K?
They can register on active.com online, or they can register on your United Way website. They can also, of course, stop at your office and pick up a form. They can come by any of our Rehab Associate locations. We have 2 in Paducah and 1 in Mayfield. Our Go Performance and Fitness, the club has race forms, and I think other clubs in the area also carry these race forms.
Okay, and is there can they get their race packets before the day, or do they have to wait till day of?
No, I think that's something else new we're doing this year.
Okay.
They can pick up the race packet on Friday afternoon. I believe it's 4:30 to 7:30 at Paducah Power. So not only is there a benefit of registering early to pay a cheaper registration price, but you can pick up your race packet. Won't have to get up as early and
Right.
get downtown that morning to pick up your packet and get ready to run, because there's usually a pretty big crowd milling around there.
And so in that packet will be everything you need to run the race that morning.
Absolutely. So just remember, if you pick your packet up early, to make sure you bring your bib the next morning. Have that bib ready. Yes. You get your
Well, a
packet.
big thing is always the T-shirts. Can you tell us about the T-shirts?
Yes, it will be a tech shirt again
Mm-hmm.
this year, which runners always like to get that. They're green this
Mm-hmm.
year, and they have the United Way campaign slogan. It's a really good-looking shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and the youth shirt again looks just like the adult shirt. So I think everybody's going to like it.
And does everybody get a T-shirt or?
This year, the first 400 that register for the 5K are guaranteed a shirt.
Okay.
So another reason to register early and get your registration in.
And how about the awards for the run? I know you've talked a little bit about that. How are those awards distributed?
The awards, that's one thing that makes the United Way race a little unique because they give out a lot of awards. The awards are given out in 5-year age increments. Sometimes we do 10 years, but this is 5-year age increments.
Okay.
So that means, you know, there's going to be more awards for everybody. So 5-year age groups, first, second, and third. Plus, they have overall awards. We have awards for masters, and we have cash prizes for the overall winner. So, and then, like I said, the corporate awards. There's 5 corporate awards too for the 5 top teams.
Well, great. Well, we
So-
want to say thanks to Rehab Associates because you do so much for our United Way 5K. We could not do it without you, and it benefits us to our campaign every year, and we're just very grateful for that. So
Thank
thanks
you.
for all that you
You're
do for
welcome.
us. And again, if you would like to register for the United Way 5K, you can go to www.unitedwaypaducah.org. And Amy, the Go Active website, if you would give that
Yes,
again.
www.active.com.
And if you'd like to stop by the United Way office, we're in the U.S. Bank building downtown on the 5th floor, and you're more than welcome to drop that by. So that's how you can get involved with our United Way 5K. And thank you so much for being a part of your United Way show today. We're very appreciative for all of our viewers.